Hi guys, Tiffany here from Lake Life State of Mind, and I am popping on to share with you a recipe for your Cinco de Mayo festivities. This is an easy make-at-home fried ice cream. I don't know if you've ever tried it before when you've gone to a Mexican restaurant, but it is one of their staple desserts that they always have. My fried ice cream is really simple to make. It's using 2 pieces of white bread, okay? So I'm thinking you all have 2 pieces of white bread at home and ice cream. That's it. I'm gonna use some vanilla ice cream, whatever flavor you have. I prefer the vanilla because we add some cinnamon and sugar on the, once we fry them up at the end. So I like to just have a blander, well, vanilla's not bland, but to have a more neutral flavor ice cream. So I'm using vanilla ice cream. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take a scoop of that vanilla ice cream and we're gonna put it on the center of one of the pieces of the bread. So I've got a scoop. I'm putting it right there on the center of the piece of my bread. Gonna move that away. I'm gonna take my second piece of bread and I'm gonna put it right on top, like so, okay? And all I'm gonna do is take a mug that's not bigger than the bread, right? But big enough to get around that scoop of ice cream. And we're just gonna push it and actually seal it. It's almost gonna be like making one of those Uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that you get in the frozen section. Essentially, that's what we're doing right now, but instead of the center being peanut butter and jelly, the center is going to be ice cream instead. So I'm gonna stick my cup on top and I'm gonna go in and give it a really good turn. Don't bother taking the crust off because the crust is going to come off once we seal this. I'm getting in there, I hear it at the bottom. I'm literally just pulling the crust away. Crust is gone. And I'm going to open it up. And ta-da! Now we've got a little ball for our fried ice cream. I'm just gonna stick it in a pan for right now. I'm gonna make a couple of these. I at least want one for all of us in the family, so one per person. So I'm gonna make at least 3 of them. But I'm gonna put them in here and then I'm gonna stick them back in the freezer. You want them to be really cold and you want them to be frozen because we're actually gonna fry them up. And if they're like the way they are now, the ice cream's gonna melt almost instantly. So I recommend I'm making them now. They'll be for dessert later. So at least an hour if you can to put them in the freezer so that they become really firm so that they could fry up nice for you guys later. I'm gonna continue making them and I'm gonna pop them in the freezer and I'll see you guys in a little while to finish up this delicious and easy dessert. All right guys, so we're back. It's been a few hours since I first put in the prepared unfried ice cream into the freezer, and I have them here. They're prepared now. I made 4 of them, so they are frozen solid at this point. I've got my whole assembly line kind of out and ready to go because the process of frying is gonna be super quick. So right now I'm waiting for my oil to heat up. It needs to be at 350 degrees. Now you want it to be at 350 for 2 reasons. If it's too hot, it's gonna brown like instantaneously and you might not cook all that bread all the way through. So too hot's not gonna be good. If it's not hot enough, the bread's gonna soak up a lot of that oil and it's just gonna be extra greasy and not taste really well. So I have a thermometer that I put on the side of my bowl that reads for when it gets to 350 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, you could always keep like a little piece of the crust of the bread that we took off. Keep it till it's time to fry. Put a little piece of that bread inside and see how quickly it fries up. If it goes really quick, you know it's too hot. Not enough, it's too low, but if it just browns gently, then you're good, all right? The next thing that I have here is my cinnamon sugar mixture. So in here, it's a 1/2 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. As soon as my fried ice cream is done frying in here, I'm gonna instantaneously put it inside of here, kind of move it around, get all of the stuff coated on it. And the last thing that I have is just my plate with my spoon because I'm ready to go to eat it. All right, so we are getting there. It's at 320. So another item that I want to talk about real quickly is a slotted spoon. This just makes it a lot easier for us to go in and move around that fried ice cream ball. I'm actually going to sit it on here, gently put it inside so it doesn't come splashing up on me, and then you can flip it. It's literally going to take less than a minute. We don't want it to be in there long because remember, the inside is ice cream and it is frozen, and we would like it to stay ice cream. We don't want it to turn into a milky mess. So I recommend letting the oil heat up. I literally just pulled these out just right before I started the video. So don't let them sit on the counter while you're waiting for the heat to come up, or for the oil to come up to the heat that you want it at. I recommend keeping it in the freezer when it gets like at 30, 35, we're getting really close here. That's when you're gonna want to pull them out of the freezer and bring them out. But you can have everything else already prepared and ready to go. Okay, so we're ready to make these fried ice cream balls. Are you guys as excited as I am to make them? It has been a while since I've had these. This is a recipe that my mom would make when I was younger. I haven't had it in quite a long time, but I was thinking of a good dessert to do for Cinco de Mayo. I have a really good churro donut hole recipe also on the blog already. It's using canned biscuits, literally cutting up the biscuits into little circles and deep frying them and then dipping them in cinnamon sugar. So while you have your oil already heated, you're probably gonna have some extra cinnamon sugar. You might wanna stop over at Lake Life State of Mind, I don't even know the name of my blog, lakelifestateofmind.com, churro hole donuts, and you'll be able to get that recipe, and you can have both desserts if you wanted to for Cinco de Mayo. All right, we are at 350, so here we go. I'm literally putting this on the spoon and dropping it into my oil. See how I'm gonna move it into more of your view. It's bubbling like crazy, perfect temperature. Just letting it kind of brown up a bit, turning it, just checking the sides, because again, I don't want it to completely turn into milk. I want the ice cream to stay somewhat as ice cream. Flipping it over, it's already brown. Amazing how quickly these go. All right, I think that looks about good. I'm flipping it back here so you can see the top. Brown on both sides. Look at how easy, maybe 15 seconds. Gonna stick this now directly inside of my sugar and cinnamon mixture. I'm gonna take my fork and kind of just put the cinnamon sugar on top, run it around. You definitely want to do this when it's hot because that cinnamon sugar mixture is going to just coat it perfectly, right? All right, awesome. That's it. You're done. Told you it was easy. The hardest part is waiting for it to actually come and freeze up. Put that back in there. Here's our fried ice cream, and I'm gonna come over here and try and get closer so you all could see when I go inside of here. Check out that ice cream inside, and it still stays frozen and delicious. That is it. Gonna take a bite because I really haven't eaten anything today. So here's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was literally perfect. You guys will literally absolutely love this. You saw how easy it is to make. If you're gonna have all of this stuff out, you might as well also make those donut holes too. Super simple, super easy, great little dessert for you and your family. Does take a little bit of planning in your part just because you do need to let these freeze, remember, before we deep fry them. But other than that, it took no time at all to put together. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and have a good Cinco de Mayo or any night of the week whenever you decide to make these. Thank you for watching. Talk to you all soon.